Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where we have several special guests here in the studio this morning, and we're going to be talking about lots of fun stuff going on in our area. And we have, first off, we have our good friend April Eifler. Who you have on your Rotary hat
Rotary
today.
hat on today, yes.
I never know with her what she's going to be talking about. And is this your first appearance here on Main Street
It is.
TV?
Yes.
Debut.
Yep.
This is Mama Amanda. Our good friend Amanda Crabtree, and this is her mama, Nancy, her beautiful mama, and Nancy is here, and we are going to be talking about, and you have on your Board of Aging hat.
Yes, I do.
Yes. And we are going to be talking about pancakes.
All things pancakes.
All things
and
pancakes.
sausages.
Love it.
And
love
art.
it. Love it.
Yes,
and
and
art
art,
and all the good stuff and things and how you can help and have a good time and enjoy and all that. Adrian, do we have to play a message though first? Yes? Okay. He says so. I got the thumbs up. Okay, we'll be right back after this and talk about pancakes.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, we are back with our good friends April and Nancy, and you are here to talk about something very, very cool and fun coming up soon.
Yeah, so next Thursday, which would be October 30th from 4 to 7, the annual pancake supper. It is now named the Sandy Borden Pancake Supper. And,
Appropriately.
yes, in honor of Sandy Borden, who
Yes.
spearheaded that and ran it for many years. I co-chaired it with her for several years, so just kind of took over it after she passed and kept it going. So yeah, we're going to have all-you-can-eat pancakes and sausages for $5 for adults and $3 for children.
All you can eat, huh?
All you can eat. Yeah. Matt was like, if we were on the radio, he's
Yeah,
like,
that could be a
everyone's like-
dangerous situation, depending on who shows up.
Yeah. No, he was like, man, after on the holidays, everyone's got this going on. The Kiwanis, like, hey, we're going to feed you well. So 4 to 7 at the Senior Center and the Jackson
Throw the
Senior
diet
Center.
out the window for the day.
Right. Which is at 25 East Mountain Street. You can find any Rotarian for a ticket. You can, which tickets are right here. I think I gave them to him. He can bring one up. Or you can just show up at the door
There it
and
is.
they'll have them. Yep. Nancy's got some with her as well. If you see her out and about, you can call the Senior Center, I'm sure, and arrange to have one. But like I said, they'll be at the door too.
Right.
And all this, Rotary, we do a lot of fundraisers for the community, and then we do for our scholarships that we give out, but this one is strictly just a service project. Everything we make from it goes right back to the Board on Aging to help with all 3 of their centers, which are in Jackson, Oak Hill, and Wellston.
That's right. And let's talk about how does the collaboration work? Because this is truly a collaboration between the Board of Aging and the Rotary. How did this come to be?
Yeah, that would be before my time. I mean, I am on the Board on Aging, but I believe...
Of course you are.
I believe at one point Sandy Borden was as well. So I think that with her working closely with the board, maybe started the idea of having Rotary do that for them. I'm not sure. Like I said, that was before me, but we're continuing it on for sure.
That's awesome.
And we're very grateful for it. We feed 170 meals per day, 5 days a week. That's congregate
Yes.
meals and home-delivered meals. And we traveled 111,310 miles so far this year transporting people.
Well, let's just say that's a lot of work and also a lot of expense.
A lot of important work.
A lot. It is, because you're talking about folks that may not eat. Literally,
Right.
Have no way to get a meal other than what you all are doing.
Right.
by delivering their meals to them.
Right. And
It's incredible.
and then people come to the center to eat as well.
Yeah, and it's
5
quality
days
of
a week.
life
fellowship.
too, because I take the library van there twice a month, and we're there during the lunchtime, and it's just people who they gather and they get to socialize, and it's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have a good time seeing friends.
Plus, it's a good meal,
And we
right?
have art classes Wednesday and Friday, and some of the women who come to the classes have donated paintings, and Pet Ball's going to auction those off after the pancake supper.
After you fill yourself with pancakes, pass out. We'll wake you up before the auction.
auction, right.
When you're on
if
carb
not, we'll go over
overload.
there and raise your hand
Yeah,
for you.
right. Yeah, don't fall asleep because you'll be buying something for sure.
And that money goes back into the art classes to buy supplies so that anybody over 60 can come and paint for free.
That's incredible.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's very
Right.
cool. That is. So let's talk about the senior center just for a moment and some of the things that y'all do there. And that's not just here in Jackson, but that's in Wellston and Oak Hill as
Right,
well.
Right. So people gather, and there are Bible classes, there are dominoes. People in Oak Hill love their dominoes. They,
Really?
Yes, they must play dominoes, I think, 5 days a week. I was down there, and they're just really concentrated on the dominoes. And
I don't even know how to play dominoes.
I don't either. It's very cool. But
We need to go there and learn.
Yeah,
Yes,
I was
you'll
going to
learn.
say that's a good place to go learn.
But in Wellston, they do line dancing a couple days a week too, and people there's Bible studies in various places, and what else do we do in our
Is there
center?
bingo? Because I know Holzer Assisted Living, they're big on bingo.
Absolutely,
Okay.
Bingo.
and then cheer
Wasn't there a
volleyball.
chair? I was going to say that was
Yep.
going to be my. I
Yeah.
thought they did chair volleyball
And I
too.
played chair volleyball for a while.
I
and
have too. They use my long arms to their
Yes,
advantage.
and
They
it's
all want
not-
me on their team.
It's not that easy.
Well, it is not.
No.
Because you can't. You have to stay.
You can't get
Right
off
there.
out of your
Yeah.
chair. I know.
And some of those seniors, I'm telling you,
They get competitive.
oh yeah,
Yeah, they
they're
do.
in it to win it, for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun. So.
I think that's amazing, and doing something for the seniors is wonderful. And again, this is Thursday, not this coming Thursday, but the following Thursday.
Right, the 30th.
Right.
Yeah.
And could you show the quilt for a minute? Because in addition to some of the paintings, we have a quilt that'll be auctioned off, and the tops were made. I have to read this. The quilt tops were donated to the Senior Citizens Art class several years ago, but this year some of the women from the Nazarene Church helped put the top together. So,
Fantastic.
And it's really heavy and warm. Okay.
That's
In
wonderful.
addition to a couple paintings, can you put the paintings up there too? This will be
I like that
auctioned off, and then there's some pumpkins that are auctioned off, and this is just a sample of the art that'll
Oh,
be there.
cool. Love
They're nice,
that.
aren't they?
And that's
There's some real
done by
skill
our
in that art
seniors.
class.
Yes, there are.
And we have a good time with
Great
it.
artists.
Sandy was always known to dress up as a hot dog every year.
Wait, no,
I
how
don't
did
carry
I miss
on that tradition. Of
How
hers.
did?
I put a
Thanks
witch
for
hat
taking
or
it back.
something on. I'll do a little bit of something.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it
I'm
is the
usually
day
out
before
there
Halloween.
Yeah, but I'm usually out there flipping the pancakes, so I can't have too much on that's gonna make it hard to make the pancakes. But I'll put on a witch hat or something like that. But yeah, she always did a hot dog.
And it's really cool that the Rotarians come and cook for us.
Yep.
Just a beautiful, beautiful thing that they do.
Yeah, I mean, it is a beautiful collaboration, and of course, with all good, going back to the seniors as they deserve it.
Right.
So that's amazing.
We love to do it every year. We're happy to help. We have fun doing it too, and knowing that's for such a great cause.
Heck yeah, and everybody's welcome. This isn't for seniors. This is for the whole
whole
community.
community,
This is a
yep.
fundraiser.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we need you all to come out.
And bringing people together.
Let
is
us
what it's
eat
about.
pancakes
And sausages.
and sausages.
We'll make a banner and have that up there as you enter.
Let us eat pancakes. So, okay, are you a sausage patty or a sausage link kind of dinner?
It's the links.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the links.
Okay.
So the senior center, they order all that from their suppliers and everything, and then all the other stuff that needs supply, like the plates and the cups and the syrup and everything. Rotary takes
It's
care
a
of. We've been-
special batter, isn't it? I heard.
Hey, shh, don't get the secret out.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That's why the senior center orders it, because we don't know.
Okay.
But yeah,
I thought it was a special recipe that you guys did.
no, not us. That's the mushrooms.
Okay.
That's the mushrooms.
Yeah.
That's a different.
That's a whole other situation. No, I heard through the grapevine via the radio that no, those are the world's best pancakes
Well,
or something to that.
that's good.
effect.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
They're fluffy. They're really, really light.
Amanda's usually back there doing the mix, and then Roger and I, he's in the back kitchen griddle, and I'm in the front griddle, and we usually have a competition, and people like my pancakes better. I'm just saying. Let's just go on air and say that officially. He'll deny it, but
I'm just saying, those are fighting words, Roger. And he's not here to defend himself.
so show up on Thursday the 30th and see.
It's the battle
Pancakes
of the
are better.
pancake wars. I love it. I love it. So, Nancy, if there's maybe a senior out there watching today or listening, or somebody that has a relative, how do they get involved with the center? Maybe they just didn't know it existed, or that they could.
They can
they're
call
welcome.
the center at 740-286-2909 and get hooked up. If they need congregate meals, they just come in anytime. We serve at 11:30, but the doors open around 9:30 or 10 for people to come out, hang out, and do puzzles and talk and drink coffee. So all you have to do is wander in at 25 East Mound Street, and we have a ramp for people who can't use the steps.
Okay.
And there's a schedule. We actually have a website now that I just finished, so they can
Awesome.
look online. But the Facebook page, April posts the activities every single day. I post the menu once a month, and the menu is donation only. We suggest a $2 or $3 donation. I think it's a $2 donation, but we don't pay. We don't.
We're not going to
monitor
kick
that.
you out.
Yeah, we're not
come
gonna kick you
and
out.
eat. Absolutely.
But if they need transportation, they call that number, 740-286-2909, and say they need transportation, and then they'll be referred to the scheduler. And if they want home-delivered meals, they'll be referred to the nutritionist. There's a slight, like probably a 10 or 12 question questionnaire that they fill out so
Okay.
that we prioritize need. If they want to come in for activities, they just drop in at 9 o'clock and do the
Just show
activities.
up.
And that's April schedules that online because they're different at every center.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it
every day
depends.
there'll be a post about what's going on at each center.
But 11:30 is lunch, 5 days a week.
At all
those
the centers.
At all the centers, yeah.
That's amazing.
We cook at the Mound Street Center, and then the meals go out to Wellston and Oak Hill from there, and then they go out to we deliver to all 12 townships every single day.
Whoa.
Well, 3 days a week to 12 townships.
Okay. That's incredible. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else you want to know? I
Well,
might know
there's
it.
a lot
I
I
might
need
know
to
it.
know. Trust me. But
Appointments, grocery store visits, stuff like that.
Yes,
For transportation?
non-medical, thanks, April, non-medical or non-emergency medical transportation, as well as grocery store, hair appointments, and those are prioritized and they're scheduled. And if somebody cancels or doesn't want to go, we prefer that they they call and cancel because we send the
can fit
drivers
some-
out. Yeah. And I don't know how many drivers we have, but a handful of drivers, and each one is, scheduled specific days and times.
I know at one point you guys were looking for drivers. Do you still need drivers, or do you have enough?
I don't know that. If somebody's
Okay.
interested in helping out and in employment, they would call that same number, 740-286-2909.
Because that might be a Wendy or a Susan question.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have transportation, activities director, meals coordinator, and then the executive director. We're all there.
Okay. So you have plenty of opportunity to get involved.
Right.
One way or another.
Right, yeah.
Yes. And eat pancakes.
Eat pancakes.
And
And
eat
sausage.
pancakes, right.
All you can eat.
All you can eat pancakes and sausage for $5. Are you kidding me? Everybody should
What
be there.
a deal.
I
It
mean,
is.
yeah. Now, is there anything else served that day in case Somebody
there
can't
will
eat
be-
pancakes or
Oh no, as far as that, no, it's just pancakes.
just
and
pancakes,
but
sausage.
there'll be
Are there
beverages.
drinks and things?
Yeah, milk, coffee, water. Yeah,
Okay.
white milk, chocolate milk. Yep.
Oh, chocolate.
Chocolate
My
milk.
favorite.
Like I said, the senior
we're
center orders
talking.
that. But yeah, it's always a good time, and we're happy to put it on and host, and then give everything back to the Board on Aging, so they can continue to help all the seniors in our community.
That's right, as they deserve that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very, very much so. And that is, again, Thursday, October 30th,
Yep.
4 to 7
You
at
got
the
it.
Jackson Senior Center, and that's on Mound Street. And that's the, for all of us old timers, that's the old Mound Street School.
It is, yep.
So it's a great opportunity for you to come. It's a lot of fun. You can eat all you can eat for $5. Come on, get out there and enjoy.
We have April's famous pancakes.
April's
April's
better than Roger's pancakes. That's what they should be called.
Right.
April's world famous, better than Roger's pancakes.
We have fun with it.
Very, very good. And so, yes, we do hope that you come out. And will there be tickets available at the door if somebody...
Yeah, you can,
find-
any Rotarian get a hold of the senior center, but yes, at the door there.
And if you see me in town, I'll have some in my car. Just hail me down and I'll give you one.
Nancy!
Amanda's mom.
Amanda's mom!
I need a ticket.
Mrs. Amanda! No, that's awesome. Okay, yeah. All right, well, girls, thank you so much for
Thank
stopping
you very
by.
much, Jen. It's
Appreciate you
been
having us.
delightful.
Of course, we come back anytime. We love it to have our friends here. So, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, we do have more friends waiting in the wings, and we're going to talk about another really, really fun event coming up soon. So we do have a message or two, and then we'll be right back.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, a telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
All right, and we are back with two more very, very special guests here. And I don't know, has John Jones been here before?
No, I've never been on the hot seat before.
Oh, wow. It's a lot of fun.
Ben, did you tell him what we do to first timers?
I did not. I didn't warn him. I didn't know it was his first time.
I didn't either. I was just sitting here trying to think as I was talking whether you'd been here or not. So, well, I'll tell you what, who has been here. Our good friend Ben Davis Jr. is back, and John Jones is here, and you are filling in for the other John.
Yeah.
That's right.
So John and Ben make a John.
It
Yeah,
takes two of us.
It takes two of you to make one John Pelletier.
And neither of us has the voice that he has. He has that
right.
incredible broadcasting voice.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. No, he has some other things going on today. And so you all came to talk about a fun party coming up.
Absolutely. And it's going to be a party.
Yes, it is.
Yep, November 14th.
Okay.
Remembering the 60s. Our group has done this for maybe as many as 10 years. Ben's been involved for 3 or 4.
Yep.
Paul Pollard in Chillicothe has been in charge of Rock for Tots for 40 years. And it's an amazing charity.
So Paul, I don't know that Paul knew the monster he was creating when he started this. I think it was obviously started with the best of intentions as this, and now it's become the size of this building.
Yeah.
Ginormous.
It
It's
is,
Rock for Tots.
and it's amazing the amount of money that returns to Jackson County for Christmas gifts for kids is huge.
Yes.
What we do is a part of it, but usually more than what we're able to raise comes back from Rock for Tots.
Absolutely. And So Paul, if you don't know Paul, he's an amazing human and started this organization a long time ago, a few years ago. That's what we say here, a few years ago, in helping some kids at Christmas time. And it has blown up and grown. So he started saying, well, I'm going to help other communities because I have all of this stuff and people are willing to help. And so, so he gives back to the community. So you all got involved, I think, over in Chillicothe a while ago.
We did. It was originally called the Sugar Shack.
Yes, yes.
And those of you that are as old as I am remember the Sugar Shack. And he would have about 6 or 8 bands come to the OU campus in Chillicothe to raise money for Rock for Tots. And after a period of time, it got to be just so big and so difficult to do
Sure.
that he was looking for other ways to do it. And that's kind of when we decided that, well, you know what, we'll do one in Jackson County.
Yeah.
And I think that he really kind of likes the idea of what we're trying to do this year. This year is different for us. Those that have seen us before have seen us at the Marquee, which is an absolute gem in Jackson County.
Oh my gosh, we
And
are
it's
so
a wonderful
blessed.
place, but we're going to try something a little different this year. The party is going to be at Park's Edge.
Okay.
It will be set up with tables so you can have all of your friends sit around the table. There'll be a cash bar so you won't be thirsty.
Well, we can't have that.
There will be a dance floor. There will be continuous music. I always joke that, Ben's a little younger than the rest of us. And us old guys, we need a little rest. So we have Rockin' Reggie that's going to come. So when we need to take a break, he will play. So there'll be continuous music.
Awesome. So this is going to be just a huge party all night
It
long.
is. It
Fun.
is. Yeah, we want everyone to understand, seating, even though it is in Park's Edge, is still limited.
Yeah.
So, they need to get their tickets as soon as they can. And the really good news is if you've seen us in the past, you paid $20 for a ticket. This time it's $10. We've actually cut the price in half.
Okay.
More music. I mean, there aren't very many things that I can think of that are more beneficial.
Yeah.
Now, Ben, how can you explain how to get tickets? Because I always forget.
Yeah, so
Facebook.
On our Facebook, Remembering the 60's, Rock for Tots, search that. It'll bring up the page, and there's a link John posted the other day where you can purchase from a company called Zeffy, which they are not charging any fees. So 100% of what you pay goes to the cause, and John said it was easy enough. John Pelletier ordered some, so.
Listen, if John Pelletier figured it out, you can figure it out.
That's right.
Not that he's old or anything.
But I'm real excited about it. It's gonna be fun.
It is. And Park's Edge is contributing some of their proceeds as well.
Yeah.
So,
Amazing.
any money that we receive, and obviously we take donations too, but any money that we receive goes directly to Rock for Tots, and more than 100% comes back to Jackson County.
Like way more than 100% comes back to Jackson County. And thank you, Paul. So this is so win-win for everyone because for $10 you can come out and have an entire night of fun. And I'm with you on the Marquee is such a beautiful venue, but when you're playing the music that you all are playing and socializing like that, people want to get up and dance and whatever, and I guess the Marquee wouldn't be so conducive to that. So,
yeah, I mean, there have been a bold few in the past years that have stood up and kind of did the twist in their seat kind of thing, but they're going to have a real dance floor this year, so it's going to be fun to see what happens with that. It's always fun.
Yes, it is. And, a bunch of old guys get to play some really good music.
That's right.
With a young guy.
Well, yeah, I always say we introduced Ben to the 60's.
Yeah, I'm the only one that doesn't remember the 60s, so, you know.
Well, if you keep playing the concerts year after year, maybe you'll learn.
Yeah, I mean, it's introduced me to a lot of great music. Of course, everybody's heard the ones that have been in movies and things like that, but these guys have turned me on to songs that I would have never known existed.
And that's saying something, considering that's what you do as
Yeah.
a musician.
Yeah.
So, that is incredible. So tell everybody a little bit about the songs that you all will be playing, and what's your input with the group and all that.
So there's a set list that we start really big and dwindle down before the show every year. But you got the Byrds, the Rolling Stones, you've got the Beatles, and then there's stuff like the Nightcrawlers and the Trogs and Paul Revere and the Raiders, and bands that a lot of folks probably, unless you were around, don't know. And you might know the song, but you don't know who did it.
That's what I was going to say. A lot of these songs, you know the song, but you have no idea who sang it. Yeah.
This year I got to pick one. It's going to take a little work, but that Wider Shade of Pale.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I love that song so much.
Yes.
So we're hoping to do a bunch of favorites, some slow, some fast, and get you dancing no matter what, whether you move slow or fast. So
Yeah, and we think, years ago it used to be all the guys sat on one side of the room and the girls sat on the other side. And when a slow song came on, everyone was awkward.
yeah.
It's like the 8th grade dance.
Yeah, the group of folks that come to listen to us, they're not awkward.
No.
They're there to have a good time and remember the 60s the same as we do.
Sure.
And the rest of the guys in the group, there's Craig Klein that plays keyboard, Davey Leach who plays drums, of course John Pelletier, Ben, and myself. And most of us are in about the same age group except Ben.
He's the baby.
Yeah, and we really appreciate him donating his time to help us help the community.
Well, I was kind of shoehorned in, because our friend Bart left us, and I figured if it's something he would do, I might as well. He was an awesome dude, and he did all kinds of stuff for me for free. He'd come and play in these little places for free. And so the first year John asked me, I thought, what better way to kind of pay back a little bit than to fill in where he would fill in.
Yeah, and we appreciate it.
I'm happy to be a part of it.
And Ben, I always say we need someone with talent, and that's Ben.
Well, God knows that you all are very talented, and we love you, Ben, and we appreciate you stepping in for Bart, because I know he's missed.
Big time.
But that being said, this is what he would want.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I get to see all kinds of cool guitars. He's got all kinds of cool guitars. That's something I've always loved. So it's fun. It's so much fun.
Very good. And so I know that so Ben, I don't know if y'all know this or not, is a dad now.
Yeah.
And that is so exciting. And your little one is about 1.
Yeah, he's a little over 1. I think he's watching, unless Miss Rachel's out there. She takes a lot of the
Miss Rachel,
TV spotlight.
I've heard about Miss Rachel.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome. He loves her, but I'm no Miss Rachel. I should have worn a pink shirt and bib overalls.
There you go. That would have been better. But so you actually, are you still playing music?
I do. I still play. Try to do at least one a month, but if I don't, it's not that I don't mind not playing, but it's not something that I really am seeking out right now. I'm just kind of going where they ask me to come.
It's the dad thing. He's got to be a little responsible.
Yeah,
Dang it.
I like being a dad, and it's a blessing. I never thought I'd have it, so When the opportunity presented itself, here I am, and now I get to enjoy as much time as I can with my family. It's awesome.
There you go. Will they be there?
Yeah, they'll be there.
See, so you
Yeah.
can see little Ben.
Yep.
Baby Ben.
Benny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cutie pie.
BD3.
BD3.
Yeah.
That is true. You're exactly right. Well, I'll tell you what. So go to the Facebook page, Remembering the 60's, and Rock for Tots. You can pick up tickets there. And again, they are only $10. And that is an amazing deal for
It
a
is.
great night of fun and music and partying.
Yeah, I would urge everyone to do it quickly, because even though we're at Park's Edge, which is a beautiful large venue,
It is.
there's still limited seating. And for $10, I agree, it's a bargain.
I mean, and every dime plus more comes back to our community to help kids at Christmas time. And I can't think of a better cause than that.
Yep.
I agree.
So no little one should go without.
That's right.
So, all right. Well, boys, we appreciate y'all stopping by. I know I know you're so looking forward to taking BD3 to the doctor.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Mhm.
No shots today.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
No tears, we hope. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, and if you need more information, check out the Facebook page or get a hold of one of these guys, and they can fill you in on all the details of the Remembering the 60's concert. It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure that you get those tickets. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, our good friend Pete Wilson just walked in the door, and so we are going to play another message or so, and we will be back with Pete and some news, so stay tuned.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right, and we are back with our good friend Pete Wilson and the news. We need some kind of beep thing for you or
Okay,
something.
well, the production values always astound me here on Main Street TV, so it's probably coming.
Adrian, can you get on that? Some kind of, or we'll just have you go beep.
Unmute my mic and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can have a contest on the best
I agree.
entry noise there.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, I tell you what. Let's start off with a sports thing because this is a big deal. This is one of the biggest nights in the history of the Jackson High School soccer program.
Ooh, sounds good.
This is the boys soccer team. We already told you about it, but there they are. This is a big night for them. It's going to be on the road. They are in a district semifinal game at Logan High School, Chieftain Stadium, which is a great venue, just like Alumni Stadium.
Yeah.
And this is a neutral site. They will be playing a district semifinal game, the Ironmen of Coach Lee Lord, against Fairfield Union. Fairfield Union is a school in Fairfield County that's east of Lancaster, about Jackson's size, and it should be an outstanding match. When the coaches voted before the tournament, that's how they decide what the seedings are. They kind of rate them, and that kind of determines the brackets and who plays who. And the higher seeded teams get chances for a home game, which Jackson did. Remember, Jackson beat Circleville last Thursday 4-0. Jackson is the number 2 seeded team in the entire division.
Wow.
And in the entire Division II tournament. And they will be playing Fairfield Union, which is seeded number 3. So it's pretty close, 2 against 3. Circleville, I think, was like the 5th seeded team or something like that. So Jackson, with a record of 16, Jackson with a record of 15-2-1, which of course the 15 victories ties the most wins in school history for the boys soccer team. They will have a chance to break that all-time record with a victory tonight. The other game, the first game, the game at Jackson tonight, or the game at Logan tonight that Jackson is in, is at 7:30. It is the second game of a doubleheader. The other district semifinal game is at 5:30, and it will pit first-seeded Gallia Academy. They have a great soccer team against Warren Local.
Oh,
And the
okay.
winner of the two games, the first game and the second game, will then play Saturday for the district championship.
Cool.
And if you win that, you go to the regional. Jackson High School soccer team, to my knowledge, pretty safe and sane, has never been to a regional tournament. So this is really big stuff. So the game, this was tentative, but when I talked with the JHS media people on Friday, they were going to try to make arrangements to stream that. So
Oh,
you know,
great.
it won't
Okay.
be on the radio, of course, but it could possibly be available on the JHS media stream. I didn't have a chance to check to see if they had posted anything promoting that, but as of Friday night, they were going to try to make that happen. So you may be able to catch another stream too, because we're at the district level, and there's much more interest from the media in that. But regardless, we'll be covering the game tonight, and we'll be reporting on the results tomorrow. And we'll cross our fingers and wish our Ironman soccer players the very, very best.
You got it.
And remember, this is a team, that's made historic accomplishments. They did win the Frontier Athletic Conference Championship this year. They'd always done pretty well, but, there's always some team that was better, clearly better. And that wasn't the case this year. Jackson was clearly better. They didn't lose a single game in the Frontier Athletic Conference. They won the so-called gold ball. And this is a group that's played together for some time. It's a senior heavy team, and so this is a big night for them. We want to wish them the very best. Okay, we're going to talk about something a little bit more serious. May not be real exciting, but I'm going to underscore time and again how important it is, and that is school finances.
Oh my, or lack thereof this time.
All of our school boards have had meetings. Their meetings for October. And they had to, a couple of them had to move the date up because of a state requirement that the financial forecast that districts have to do every now and then had to be done, I think, by October the 14th, which was last Tuesday. And so because of the import of it, because the state funding situation is affecting all of our schools to different degrees, those reports that district treasurers gave to school boards very important, and we're reporting on those in the Telegram. We had a report already from District Treasurer Rhonda Harrison about Oak Hill. That was in the paper last week. And in the paper tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to have a report from Erica Zinn, who is the District Treasurer at Vinton County.
Okay.
And then also there is Erica right there, and we will... She is seated by Cindy Strasbaugh, who is the board president, and you can see Erica is talking right there. She's giving the information about the financial forecast, which I'll get into in just a second. The Wellston City School District Treasurer, Laura Briggs, has also given her report. There she is. That was last Monday that she gave her report. And then Teresa McGinnis, who is the district treasurer in Jackson, gave her report last Tuesday, and that isn't written yet, but we'll be reporting on that as well. And Jackson is the school most affected right now by the school funding situation, and it comes back mainly, but not completely, to the level of state funding that is provided in the current biennial budget, which was approved just about July the 1st. It will go for 2 years, and that's why the school finances locally are, and across the state really, are so important, Jennifer. There's always, those concerns voiced before the budget is approved, that, oh my gosh, it's not going to be enough. This isn't what we were expecting. And there's lobbying, and then the legislators kind of end up, making adjustments based on what they're hearing from the constituents. In this case, it's already been done. The state budget decision has been made, and when the state budget, the state funding accounts for well over half of the money that comes to local school districts,
Sure.
at least around here, it's a big deal what the state funding is. But as far as Erica Zinn is concerned, her report was Vinton County has a very healthy balance right now, but And she did report that they are on the guarantee, and the guarantee means that at least through the next biennium, what that means is that they are assured of a certain level of state funding on the per pupil funding category, no matter what the enrollment is. That may not be the case after this next biennium because of changes that seem to be occurring at the state level on the priorities and the policies and like that. And the per pupil funding, which, that sounds like a fair way to a degree to fund schools. You got this many students, you get so much money per student. Well, the problem is, in our 4 local school districts, we have declining enrollment. Vinton County particularly has been hit by declining enrollment, larger than any of the other 3 local districts, but they have all been affected by it. So that is another numeric factor that goes into the reduced funding. But what Erica Zinn did say was after this next biennium budget is over, this would cover fiscal year 226, which covers the rest of this year, and then next year through the middle of July 2027 when the next state budget will be determined. It's going to be very important what the state legislators do. And one factor that is affecting all the school districts, and we talked about this yesterday, is property tax reform. Now, everybody got hit in their wallets locally and across the state because of reappraisals, the last reappraisal, because real estate values are skyrocketing.
Yes.
Now, nobody's trying to sock it to you on purpose, but that's how property tax works. It's based on reappraisal. That can be good and bad. So your property's worth a whole lot more. Well, you're going to get taxed more.
Yep.
Proportionally on that. So there was a lot of citizens across the state that said, my God, what are you going to do about this property tax? So they're talking about reform. So that means holding down how much property tax can be paid. Some people think it ought to be eliminated altogether.
I was going to say, I've heard talk that they're going to just do away with it.
Well,
but then you got to pay for stuff other ways, right?
Well, it's on the table, and obviously you got a double whammy there. If the state funding level is down, all right, and then you lose some or maybe a lot or all of your property tax, how are you going to fund the schools?
I don't know.
I tell you how you have to fund it. Either with reduced property taxes,
right?
Income tax. That's what it's going to have to be.
Yes.
And then that's got to be voted on. That's not a sure thing. And if you don't have enough money, what do? This is the same thing you do at home. You don't have money to spend. You can't do everything that you want to do.
I just wonder.
I'm not trying to be a nervous Nelly
about this. It's
but
fair. I've had this conversation with numerous people, including elected officials, who are very concerned about it, Pete. And, I just don't understand why we're messing around with the way that things have it's almost like if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing.
Right. And on the property tax, one of the reforms that they're talking about is maybe reducing it to inflationary levels at a certain percentage, as opposed to, like, if the real estate appraisals went up 30% and therefore your real estate taxes go up 30%, they're not going to do it. It's going to be a much less figure because they hear people complaining about property taxes.
But again, we need to make up the money somehow.
Well, I know, but if you're at the state level, and you're hearing all these voices, but one of the voices you're hearing is from people, I can't believe the property tax.
Well,
so you're hearing from individuals.
Nobody likes to get that bill in the mail.
No, so how are you going to act? If you're a constituent, are you going to say, I'm going to keep my property tax under control, I'm only going to pay no more than 3%, or maybe I won't pay any of it, that sounds awful good? Or are you going to say, no, that's irresponsible because we need to fund the schools? It's just not the schools. It's just that the schools get the biggest share of the local property tax.
Right.
So, you have other things too. County, city,
Absolutely.
Township, all those places do count on some property tax. But
ooh, there's a lot going on.
Right. And so that report on Erica Zinn is going to be on the Vinton County page in Wednesday's Telegram. The Laura Briggs financial forecast, which I sat through, she did a very good job just a week ago. Maybe, all the paper isn't done yet. It may be in this paper, it may be in the next paper.
Okay.
But she said, once again, kind of like was singing a similar tune to Erica Zinn. Pretty good right now. As a matter of fact, the balance that the Wellston City School District has, the cash balance is $9,216,000. Now that sounds like a lot of money,
Yeah.
but how much do you think it costs to operate a school district with all those employees and all
Oh,
those
gosh.
costs and run the buses and all like that? Well, here's what's scary. Wellston did not get hit as hard as Jackson in the formula, and I know Phil Howard has been here and kind of like raised his eyebrows on why Jackson got hit harder than others.
Right.
When I talked with him, he didn't really have a full handle on why, but it's a fact. Maybe Jackson.
It is a fact.
Maybe
You can't
Jackson's
argue it.
Overall wealth, school district wealth, is a little bit greater than some of the other locals. That may have something to do with it. But in Wellston, one of the reasons you do the 5-year financial forecast, it's a responsibility thing. You look, it projects out the next 5 years, even though things could obviously change, what your revenues and expenditures are, so you know where you're going and you can do fixes. You can make adjustments or whatever. So it's really a good thing that they do that. But in Wellston, based on revenues coming in, which she used the word stagnant, Laura Briggs used the word stagnant to describe revenues, they're not nearly going to keep up with expenditures.
Okay.
Most of the expenditures are for personnel and benefits. You have employee contracts, which are approved ahead of time. They often are 3 years in length. The percentage raises may not be great, but if you give employees a 3% raise every year and your revenue coming in is 1% or less, it's
Right.
not going to work.
Correct.
It's not going to work because they don't try to bank a whole lot of money. They try to have a healthy cash balance and go from there. But what she said was, these are projections that obviously could change, and there is going to be another biennial budget in 2 years that could change things. And the property tax things could change. Right now, she's basing it on property taxes as they are now, and they could go south too.
Yep.
So she is projecting a cash balance down to $1,145,000 in 2029. That's the $9 million now. In 2030, Wellston will be in the hole $2,440,000. So if you're the school board, if you're the superintendent, you've got to think about that now, not then.
Correct.
So
You got to be proactive.
right. So anyway, that is the issues that the local schools are dealing with at the local level. All right, we'll go to a business story now. I've been wanting to report on this because you know how nice that Baxter building is in downtown Jackson.
Oh, yes, it's
right
lovely.
There, Kevin Baxter, give him so much credit for that
He's an
project.
artiste.
Right, that building is at the corner of Pearl and Broadway, and of course, Holy Grounds Coffee is there. And not too long ago, Best Title moved in there. There is a recent ribbon cutting for Best Title. They were in the Classic Plaza over on Huron Street.
Yep.
And of course, this gives them the visibility of being on the street in downtown Jackson. So, they're pretty happy about it. And they're also happy. There's an inside view of Best Title. They are also very happy about being in that building. They think that will probably help their business. Oh, look at this.
Sure.
What a sharp building, and it will reflect on their business. So they were very happy to move in there. They are a full-service, attorney-managed title company that operates in Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky. So I'm not familiar with the chain, but I'm guessing that there's other Best Title offices, but this is the one that is in Jackson.
Very cool.
All right, speaking of the election, of course, set for November 4th, early voting is continuing.
Yes.
There is expanded hours this week and through Sunday, November the 2nd, for early in-person voting at the Elections Board's offices. That includes Jackson County and Vinton County. The hours this week through Friday are 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. So, if you have to be at work at 8 or 8:30 or 9, you obviously can go there before.
Yep.
And you can go there after because, you're talking about, I am wrong about that. This week it is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Next week, it will greatly expand, and then it will even be open the weekend after this weekend. But this week through Friday, it's open 8 a.m. to 5. Normally, it's 8 a.m. to 4 or 4:30, depending on when the Elections Board office goes. But this is uniform. It's all over the state. And we do have a lot on the local ballot we've talked about. We'll talk about that a lot more as we get closer to the election. But lots of local things on the ballot: school board seats, village council seats, city council seats, In Jackson County, I know there are 11 levies. You know,
What?
Not countywide.
Not every-
So,
yeah.
so wherever you vote, you're not going to have 11 levies to
Okay.
vote on. There are two.
Whoa.
There are two countywide. There's some at the municipal level, and there's some at the township level. But if you vote in Jackson County, at the very least, you're going to be voting on two countywide levies. But there's ones that've been
Okay.
there before. One supports EMS, and one supports the Jackson County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Okay.
But we will be talking more about that. All right, Jennifer, I know you know about this, and it turned out to be so successful. That was the Upstairs
Oh, my
Uptown
gosh.
event.
Incredible.
Look at that crowd there in front of the 6
It
Cents
was
there.
so cool.
The report that we got, Jennifer, was maybe you know better, was about 100 people.
Yeah.
And there was a walk-up in addition to the early registrants. And you can see a lot of people were excited about that
I think they
event.
created a monster they didn't know they were going to create.
Did you get to go on it?
I did not get to go on it.
But
no.
but they did go to several different places. They went to the old Ford building, which is the in more recent years was known as the radio building,
Yes.
although the radio isn't there anymore. There you can see the upstairs of that. I know you're very familiar
Yes,
with that,
I am.
of course. Jeremy Eisnagel, who owns that building, I think has some cars parked up there now, some of his classic car collection. And then, of course, the Opera House, which is the upstairs of the old Call Auto, now Jackson Transportation.
Yep, so cool.
It is, and you can see this. I just love this photo because it shows the old stage there
Yes.
in the late 1800s. I'm not sure what the year period was. I think the building was built in 1883. But if you look at this upstairs portion, which a lot of people have never been in, because it just wasn't used by Call Auto actively for
Right.
their business, it was storage.
Storage, yeah.
But you can see that this is like the old Marquee. This
Yeah.
was live performances there, speeches, dances, everything there.
Yep.
And the stage is still there. And so I know it was very interesting for the people who went on that tour to see it.
Yes.
But they also went to the Masonic Lodge.
Which I heard was really cool.
Yeah, I think I've been up there once or twice in
I've
my
never
whole
been
career
there.
because, you know, the very nature of the Masons, it's
very secretive.
It is. And so I commend them, Jackson Transportation, Jeremy Eisnagel, you for being a partner for allowing the public to be in there.
Absolutely. It's
of
our
course,
pleasure.
And of course to the Lillian Jones Museum and Ashley Sturgill for doing that. Ashley Aldridge. Ashley Aldridge. I know Ashley Sturgill too. She works at Wellston, and anyway, her son plays football for Jackson. So I'm sorry
Gotcha.
I mixed them up, but they're both
That's
good
okay.
girls. Ashley Aldridge. Sorry
All the
about that.
Ashleys. No, it was an incredible event.
I don't know whether Ashley has talked with you about it, but I think that there's a lot of sentiment for them to do that again sometime.
So here's the fun part. I was talking with Joe Finch about that because this was kind of his brainchild, and then he got together with
Give
the
him
Lillian
credit,
Jones
too.
Museum. Yeah, very much so. I was talking to him Friday night, which was the day after the event, and as I'm talking to Joe, all these people are coming into the tap room, and they're saying, we couldn't go because there were so many events going on that Thursday evening.
There
you
was.
had
I
the
can
evening with
testify to
the
that.
arts show, and then you had a couple of other things going on, and so all these people started coming in saying, "Are they going to do it again? Are they going to do it again?" I said, "Joe, you better come up with something to do again," because people are just so excited about it. So that was great.
Right,
It was
well,
wonderful.
There, if you look at the downtown, even if you're not an architecture expert, you can see that a lot of the buildings are older,
Yes.
built 19th century probably, and so a lot of history is in those buildings, not just on the lower floor, which people see because they're businesses, but
Yep.
on the upper floor as well.
And there's not even there's the history of the building, but then there's also the fun stories about things that have happened in the buildings. You know what I mean? Like just people's personal memories, which are really cool too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we'll turn to some outstanding students now. All of our school boards do a very good job at their meetings showcasing some of the good things going on in the schools, including outstanding
Yes.
students, whether they're participating in academics or extracurriculars such as sports. But recently, at the most recent Oak Hill Board of Education meeting, I think it's worth showing the kids who scored perfect scores on the state test last year.
Wow.
They usually do this. We'll keep that up there, Adrian, until I identify them. But at the Oak Hill School Board meeting, they invited the top students who scored perfect scores on the state achievement tests, which were done the previous school year, and this is when they're getting recognized after all the test results come out. But the state requires all the schools to do the state achievement test. It's by subject and by grade, and if you score perfect, you can't do any better than that.
Pretty
and
much, yeah.
And not all the kids could come. There were more kids than what we're going to show in these pictures because they had, maybe games, extracurricular activities,
Sure.
or they just couldn't get there in the evening. But this would be the Oak Hill elementary student. That would be Nolan Blankenship. He received a perfect score in 4th grade math. He is there in the middle, and he is flanked by Assistant Principal Morgan Newsom on the left and Oak Hill Elementary Principal Rebecca Potter on the right, 4th grade math. All right, we go to Oak Hill Middle School on the left. That is Josh Donley. Of course, he's an Oak Hill boy, graduated from Oak Hill, was principal at Gallia Academy, then came back to Oak Hill. He's now the middle school principal there, and he is pictured next to Sawyer McCain, who received a perfect score in 7th grade math. My hat is off to anybody
Yes.
who scores a perfect score in math.
I was going to say the same thing.
Okay, and then high school, there is Whitney Crabtree, the principal, on the left, and she is flanked by 2 honorees. In the center is Jacob Lyons. He received a perfect score in Algebra 1. Salute him.
Yeah.
Because that I almost didn't get out of college or high school because of algebra. And then Ty Irwin, he also received a perfect score in Algebra 1. So congratulations
Good for
to all
you,
those
kids.
students. And at the most recent Jackson City Board of Education meeting, they did the same thing with students, so we'll be showing their pictures on down the line as well. Speaking of the Jackson City Board of Education, we're kind of on the opposite timeline. They honored retirees at a recent meeting, and all the school superintendent, Phil Howard, is there, some school board members are there. And they always invite the retirees who retired at the end of the previous school year to come back to one of the meetings early the next school year to get some
Awesome.
public recognition. So let's identify those people. From the left is retiree Christy Moore. She happens to be the wife of Brian Moore, who is next to her.
Aw.
He is the school board president. And their daughter, by the way, is going to be a lawyer. She passed her bar and all
Very
like that. So
good.
congratulations to both of them for parenting that outstanding young lady. Then you have Kathy Bragg, who is also a retired teacher. Then you have Jackson School Board student representative Ryan Simon standing behind there, who plays a lot of really good football on
Yeah.
Friday evening, as well as being on track to being maybe a valedictorian this year. Then you have retiree honoree Melissa Donnelly next. Then you have the superintendent, Phil Howard, of course, and then school board members, as you move to the right, Kim White, Pat McDonald, and Kyle Hickey, and the school board vice president, Kim Harless, on the far right. That is a nice tradition that they do.
Yes, it
and all the
is.
school districts do that. Let them come out, let the retirees come out, not just the teachers, but staff members as well, and let them take a bow
They
for
should.
their work. A very special activity, because this is the Halloween season. This is a special Halloween activity that we want to tell you about. It's going to be tomorrow evening.
Okay.
And it's supported by the Jackson City Library and the Jackson County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and it's called a caregivers. It's called a sensory-friendly trunk or treat program.
Okay.
And this will be at the Hope Haven School parking lot, weather permitting. I think the weather is going to allow it. 5:30 to 7 p.m. tomorrow. So I'm telling you a day ahead of time so you know about this. It's going to be on paper online as well. But members of the Jackson County Autism Socialization Group, a group founded in the summer of 2025, their objective is to help bring children with autism and their families together in social settings that are safe for them. So about 10 businesses have stepped up to support this activity to help the library and the Jackson County Board of Developmental Disabilities. The goal of the sensory-friendly trunk or treat is to broaden inclusivity, advocacy, but also to deliver Halloween-themed fun in a not-so-spooky manner to
Love
some
that.
kids who maybe cannot handle,
Sure.
the spooky stuff. So that's a very special activity for them from 5:30 to 7 p.m. in the Hope Haven parking lot tomorrow evening.
That's
We'll
awesome.
remind you about that tomorrow on the news. A couple of other things going on. Want to remind you, we spoke about this yesterday, but a paving project is underway
Yes.
in Jackson on Pearl Street. That's, of course, a busy street in Jackson that runs through part of the downtown. Looks like the weather is going to allow them to work on it. Just pay attention when you're going through there. And if you live on Pearl Street, you're visiting somebody, remember not to park along the street for right now. Also, in the city of Wellston, their offices at the city building are closed today through Thursday, the rest of their work week, for software training. Now, the employees, as I said yesterday, are working. They're just busy on software training, so there won't be any public access to actually physically go into the building, but they're going to be monitoring the phone and the email like that, and they will be responsive. Just leave a message, and they will get back to you for anything that needs done. Obviously, the police department is working, doing what they always do. So there you are, Jennifer.
Very good. Well, Pete, thank you so much.
That is okay.
All righty, and there's a lot more to tell you about tomorrow. So we will be back. We have, I think, a couple of special guests in the studio tomorrow that we can look forward to. So have a great day, everyone, and we will see you right back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.